precious codec. There's something really happening here in North Cyprus, and it's got the whole student body talking.
The alleged rape and sexual harassment case involving one of our students, you might have heard in some quarters in the media.
Yes, we have a leadership here who is working 24/7, and we feel like, yes, we have some people that can stand up for us here on the island. Hi guys, welcome once again to Precious Corner, and you're right here with your girl Precious Sua. I have my girl in the house, Mara. Yeah. How you doing, Mara?
I'm fine, guys.
Okay, so we are here today and we're going to be talking to you guys about some juicy stuff. But first, let's just track some of the balls.
There's the issue about a Liberian student on this island, North Cyprus, that I've been wanting us to talk about.
Okay, is it the guy, Abraham Fami?
Yes, Abraham Fami.
Yeah, he's a student
from Rants
University. And guys, there's something really happening here in North Cyprus, and it's got the whole student body talking. I know you guys, maybe you might have heard about it, and it's about a student, as we said earlier, Abraham Fami.
Yes.
So what have you heard so far?
So far in the Liberian student group chat, I saw communication that he have had intimate relationship with a mental challenge girl.
Yes, so this is how we heard about the issue firstly from the Liberian group chat here, and this is the guy in question, Abraham Vami. Yeah, we also saw a screenshot of this sort, like a newspaper also reported. And you know, we have a group chat for Liberians here in North Cyprus, and we saw screenshots of this sort on the group chat, which got most students alarmed. And we also heard communications coming from the Liberian Student Association leadership here on the island.
And you know, yeah, in Turkish law, if you are to have an intimate relationship with someone who has been said to have a mental challenge, seriously, a mental challenge, and it's a crime, and you're going to be arrested and detained till you go through the whole court proceedings and you're able to get yourself free, or you tend to serve some sentence, and it's really, really bad. You know, Abraham Fami was arrested. Yes, sometime last week. That's when we heard about it on the Liberian group chat, and he has been detained in police custody, and he was supposed to go to court. That's on Wednesday. That's the first hearing. And what did they tell him?
Okay, concerning the lawyer, they said that you have to hire a lawyer, and to hire a lawyer here is very, very expensive. They are charging him 2,000.
Can you imagine 2,000? When I heard that thing, guys, I was like, really?
It's too much for a student.
Like, his school fees is not even that amount, like, for real.
Too much for
it's too much, and
it's so sad.
Yeah,
everybody here have to go through such thing. I feel so bad.
Yeah, it's like you don't have anyone here to go to school and stuff like this happen to you. The only people that can help the Liberian students here, of course, and those who are back home who want to help in this situation. And they were saying that if he's not able to provide a lawyer, he stand a chance of serving 10 years imprisonment. That's if you don't appear to court with a lawyer. So this called for the Liberian Students Organization to come in, and yes, we are so happy they were able to save the day. They were able to rally around, talk to students here. Did you see it on the group chat? Soliciting help from Liberian students?
Yes, they were trying to raise funds, how to hire a lawyer to plead it first.
Yes, guys, and the good news, that's one good news, they were able to finally, through help from family, friends, they called back home, students here, and yes, We have a leadership here who is working 24/7, and we feel like, yes, we have some people that can stand up for us here on the island. That's the really good thing about having a leadership outside the diaspora and all of that. So they were able to save the day. They went to the court. Unfortunately, they were not allowed to enter the main court, but yeah, that's what we heard. But they were able to get like relevant information from the place, and we know that there will be a second
hearing on Wednesday,
yes,
20th of April.
Yeah, that's when it's going to happen, and we are hoping to hear good news. But from the first court proceedings, and they said the Liberian Student Organization, of course, they put out a release that they're going to have a press conference, and we went there and we were able to get information from you guys. But we want to play the video for you to see and hear for yourself from the students' body leadership here on the island. So we're going to be giving you the video. Watch this video, and after that, we're going to come back and talk about it right here on Precious Corner.
Good evening to all of our Liberian students in North Cyprus. Good afternoon to all of our Liberians back home. We want to say this is the very first official press release of the Liberian students in North Cyprus. By the way of introduction, I'm Elijah CM, our Secretary General of the Liberian Student Association in North Cyprus. Basically, of this press release is cardinal to three paramount focus of issues that relates to the well-being of our fellow Liberian students in North Cyprus. The first one is the issue of recent rape case that went back home of Abraham Vama. The second one is pertaining to the constant rumor that is always going back home of our Liberian girls being faced with prostitution. And the third cardinal one is the issue of recent female students who has been said to be a Liberian that committed suicide. So our entire focus today in this press release, we cardinal all these three different points, and we will categorize the entire insight of understanding so that those misinformation that has been going back home, that you can hear from your leadership itself. So, Honorable President, in Dr. Brutus Jensen Honda, I want to leave this podium and leave it with you and the people so that you can be able to let them know the happenings of all the Liberian students in North Cyprus. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Welcome to all of you to our first press briefing for immediately released. As the Secretary General rightly said, I'm Brutus Jensen Honda, President of the Liberian Student Association, with its first press briefing on the 18th day of April AD 2022. Fellow students, government officials, far and near, fellow students associations, presidents, executive committee members of the Liberian Student Association in North Cyprus, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first coverage of the Liberian Student Association in North Cyprus, the umbrella association of the Liberian students in Cyprus in the Republic. I would like to thank every student for their support, deportment of good characters, and cooperations since our induction. I will be remiss if I didn't thank the parents and sponsors of those students as well. This press briefing is intended to address three cardinal issues: rumors circulating the Liberian public about female students being forced into prostitution, news of female students who committed suicide as a result of difficulties, and most recent, an alleged rape and sexual allegation involving one of our students. We believe it is our responsibility as student leadership to provide regular updates to the student community, parents, guardians, as well as sponsors of these students. We are also tasked with debunking falsehoods and fake news about students' living conditions in North Cyprus. We feel the feeling to establish these vital checkpoints could have harmful consequences, causing fear for parents and guardians, as well as students themselves. Predicated upon these, we thought it necessary to brief the public on 3 issues, beginning with the most recent. The alleged rape and sexual harassment case involving one of our students. You might have heard in some quarters in the media a piece of news regarding one of our students in person of Liberian Student. Abraham faces charges of rape and sexual harassment. It must be emphasized that Abraham is innocent until proven guilty, as this case at current is an allegation under the Cyprus law. One is innocent until proven guilty, so is the case with Abraham. He has the first court hearing on Friday, April 15, 2022. He is expected to make a second court appearance on Wednesday, April 20, 2022. The student leadership has been working along with the accused family and friends to ensure he is given a fair and unbiased trial. As part of the cooperation and coordination, we were able to secure a lawyer whom we believe will best represent Abraham's interest in acquitting him. The leadership has also reached out to the Liberian embassy in Turkey to probe into the matter. Responses so far proved favorable. Let us hope and pray that a diplomatic engagement will help while we pursue legal on-grounds efforts. We are therefore calling on all students to kindly exercise restraints and remain with the framework of the law. While we are exerting all efforts and ensuring Abraham is given a fair trial, we also encourage every student to desist and avoid any acts that may be counterproductive and unlawful. We encourage you to all times seek the law as a remedy and refrain from the acts of violence or activities that will impede your academic sojourn. I also like to brief the general public on Romans regarding the well-being of female students. It is Roman in the public, particularly in some quarters of the Liberian society, that Liberian female students in Cyprus are involved in prostitution as a means of survival. As president, I would like to categorically state that this information is false and misleading. There have been absolutely no indications whatsoever implicating them in the sex trade. I must also note that prostitution under Cyprus law is a crime. While there are some students here who face financial challenges due to a number of factors, however, there is no account or evidence pointing to a case of Liberian students' involvement in prostitution. I would like to acknowledge every Liberian, home and abroad, to kindly desist from spewing unsubstantiated news about female students in Cyprus. Rumors of such only serve to paint a negative image of female students and as well gave a negative branding of our country, Liberia. The last issue that I am to address is very cardinal, just like the previous. It was reported a month ago that a female student of Liberian nationality committed suicide. According to the proponent of the news, the student elected to take away her life due to hardship. Fellow students, members of the press, parents and guardians, at no time did any Liberian student commit suicide. The proponent, a talk show host, didn't do due diligence in getting the facts. He failed to verify the information in needing or keeping with the ethics of media reportage, which requires investigating and testing the veracity and authenticity of information and source before publishing or airing. The student who committed or must have said to have committed suicide is a Nigerian 26-year-old in keeping with solidarity. I have reached out to the Nigerian counterpart to ascertain the well-being of the student. At that moment, the student is doing fine, though still being monitored by health and security authorities in keeping with safety and wellness measures. In their quest to expand viewership and audience, talk show hosts should not do so to the detriment of students. I encourage them to gather the facts before publishing or airing stories. I also encourage once more every student to remain calm and avoid activities that will distort their peace of mind. My fellow students and the general public, as communicated via our regular WhatsApp media, Friday, April 15, 2022, the President led an entourage at the first court hearing of Liberian Vama, who accused of rape and sexual harassment. Charges contained in the preliminary police charge sheet. He will make a second court appearance on Wednesday, April 20, 2022, at which time a medical report will be provided indicating whether there was tampering and to further ascertain the mental wellness of the lady in question. However, we are pleased to announce that we were able to, along with the family and friends, secure a lawyer. Given the gravity of the case, we were prevented from speaking about the merits of the case, but we can only hope and pray our colleague is given a fair trial. The leadership, through the office of the President, wrote an official letter to Honorable Salihatin Yames, Honorary Consul of the Republic of Liberia in Istanbul, to the Republic of Turkey, through his honorable office, to immediately inform His Excellency Dr. George M. Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia, and Government of Liberia for an immediate or impromptu intervention involving our comrade Liberian family. Calls and messages have been exchanged with the Council's assistance, and we can safely state that internal diplomatic interventions are being sought out and also guaranteed legal representation for the Council's office as well for the second court's appearance. We want to send our heartfelt appreciation to Honorable Yamas, the Council for the Republic of Liberia, to the Turkish Republic, for his selfless and unbiased and timely, open-hearted intervention in these times of trouble. We are grateful. In this medium, every student is cautioned to circumspectly move about, avoid falling into dangers with the Lord, as doing so will enhance your academic journey. Kindly note also that you are far from home. Hence, certain basic and fundamental rights of yours might be compromised based on the nature of the society. Above all, remain kind, peaceful, and resilient as we together watch each other's back. Finally, I would like to thank parents, guardians, and sponsors. While you deserve a fair share of the success of these students, you are also under the obligation to keep in touch. Regularly check on your students. You could also reach out to the student leadership in problems if you might deem it necessary for intervention. Our arms and doors are always open to serve the Liberian student community. Once more, let us keep Abraham Vami in our prayers. May God Almighty bless us all as we seek higher education away from home. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Guys, so we are back. That's the representative of Liberians here in North Cyprus. That's just about it. That's all the information you need to know as it relates to Abraham Vami. Yes, he's still going through the court proceedings, and we pray that everything is going to turn out well. This is just an unfortunate situation, and we are all here, and it might happen to anyone. So we are all in prayers with him and hoping that he is able to go through this and come out successfully out of it. And Myron, do you have any advice for Liberian students here on the island? What do you have to tell them?
So far, I want to caution each and every Liberian student here in North Cyprus that this place is not our home. We are here for school.
Yes, of course.
So we should govern ourselves because we don't know the law. We don't even know the constitution before going out there doing things that are not right. We don't even know whether they are right or wrong.
What is even like is cultural difference and country difference. You know, what's normal in your home country might be different. So that's about law.
So our bro Abraham family issue is just a lesson to us that we should learn from and how to organize ourselves here. So as we keep our bro in prayers, we pray that everything be in our favor, that things go the right way.
Yes, so that's what we are hoping for, and we at Precious Corner here, we are so sad to announce something this terrible that happened here and on the island. So we just want to advise students, as Maron said, this is not our home. We came here for school. So I would advise that we all stick to what we came here for and try and stay out of trouble, because we don't know the law. What is in our country to be normal might be different from what is here. So as we come here, it could be anything relationship wise, in your homes, moving around in the street, going to school. Try as much as possible to avoid trouble. You know, you might be going to school and you might meet people and then they might say something to you you don't like. Try and avoid trouble as much as possible. Yeah, you know what you came here for. Focus on that and finish and go back home, and you're going with your degree without trouble, and your family, your friends who brought you here to school will be so proud of you. And I wish that for all Liberian students here. So let's use this as a lesson and learn from that and try to stay in our lane, and let's be each other keeper. You know, be your brother keeper and support each other. And I'm so happy that Liberians on the island, students were able to come through, and those who were able to support in their little weak way to be able to run up the money for the leaders to be able to go to the court and hire a lawyer. We appreciate everyone, and we are so happy that we are all rallying around and praying, and we hope that Abraham Vami is gonna be free. And yes, so that's it right here on Precious Corner. My name is Precious and this is
Marum Dabu.
Yes, keep retaining for more news about North Cyprus, information, fun, entertainment, all of that, anything and everything, as I usually say, right here on Precious Corner. Subscribe, for more content, and we love you. Bye.